Who news? Who news? Exciting Who news? Who news? In some more very exciting Who news, which you've probably already heard, but still have, I don't know, clicked on this video just to find out what somebody else thinks about it. Hey, the First Doctor, played by David Bradley, he who played William Hartnell so well in Adventures in Space and Time, and will hopefully play the First Doctor so well in the upcoming Christmas special. He's going to be sticking around for a bit. That's right, the Christmas special is not going to be his only turn as the First Doctor. Big Finish have announced that David Bradley will be returning in 4 audio stories as the First Doctor. This is what the cover they've released looks like. Isn't that exciting? I think this is great. I was really hoping that they would do this. I thought they might do. And I'm glad they have, and I'm glad there's no contractual things that stop David Bradley doing it, and the BBC obviously haven't objected or anything like that. The good, exciting news doesn't stop there, though. This is going to be Ian, Susan, Barbara, and Susan in TARDIS team, and we're going to have playing those people, the people that played them in An Adventure in Time and Space. So they will all be back. I need to double check their names. Jamie Glover's going to be back as Ian. Gemma Powell is back as Barbara, and Claudia Grant as the Doctor's granddaughter Susan. Now, I've been watching a bit of the chatter since the news broke on this, on Facebook and Twitter and that kind of thing, and there's mixed feelings about some of the casting. Some people feel that maybe because the actors that portrayed Susan and Ian originally are still alive, that it's not right to recast them. I'm not so bothered about that, and the reason is if you'd had William Russell and Carol Ann Ford in it, their voices, you can tell they are a lot older than they were back then, and I think that is absolutely fine for the kind of narration style Big Finish ones where they're reading it like almost like an audiobook. I think it works fine for that, and I'm glad when they get them involved for things like that. I know William Russell has done some in the past. I'm not sure if Carol Ann Ford has. I think she has, and I think she's been in playing an older Susan who the 8th Doctor meets. But it would have jarred, I think, putting them in a fully cast audio drama up against people. They would have, obviously, sadly, the actress that played Barbara originally is no longer with us, so they would have had to have recast that. So they would have had her sounding a lot younger. They're meant to be the same age. So I'm not fussed about. I can understand where people are coming from with their unease about it, but I think ultimately it was the right decision, and it makes most sense to go with the actors they've gone with, having the fact that they've already portrayed the actors that played those originally, if that makes sense. So there was a little bit of controversy there, I suppose, but I think overall I'm optimistic about that. What I'm really excited about, though, is the bit of the news that reveals that the First Doctor is going to meet the Master. So the First Doctor is going to meet. Is this the earliest version of the Master we've come across? I've not listened to the audio drama The Master, or Master, or whatever it's called, by Big Finish, so I don't know if that might potentially go into his younger years. But that's exciting. Now, usually the Master kind of reflects the Doctor in a way. They're often very similar ages. You had, obviously, Missy had her Scottish accent when Peter Capaldi had a Scottish accent, so there's often like similarities and parallels between them. However, this time they've cast James Dreyfus, who is a lot younger than David Bradley and a lot younger than the First Doctor is portrayed as. So they're kind of breaking from that tradition of having that kind of very mirrored effect of the Masters. So that will be a kind of interesting, different dynamic to see, and I'm quite excited to see that. I'm also intrigued what James will do with it, because I've only ever really seen him in comedies like Thin Blue Line and what was that crazy one? He was best mates with the woman with the crazy hair. It'll come to me later. I'm really looking forward to seeing what an earlier Master is like. So that's all very exciting news. It's going to be out in January, so just after we've seen him on TV as the first Doctor in the Christmas special. So yeah, that's the news. I'm excited. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this? Are you going to be buying it? What do you want to see from it? What do you think about the casting? All those things. I want to know your views. Let me know below. I'll be back again for more videos at some point. So please do subscribe, like, share, all that kind of stuff, all that kind of jazz. And I will, see you later. Bye.